I know you won't hesitate to mention the word breakfast if I ask you what the first meal of the day is called. That's correct. But where I can project or most likely be a bit of a hiccup is when I ask you to explain the rationale behind the word breakfast or how it came about. Well, there's no shame in that. There's no shame in not knowing. Because I too was once in the pack of people who was struggling to explain the rationale behind the term or the word breakfast. Today, I want to explain, I want to help you understand what breakfast is, as well as the context around that word. So let's get to it. First of all, the word breakfast is a compound word from two words. The first part of the word is break, and the second part of the word is fast. But when you bring the two words together, the pronunciation changes. So that of break is no longer called break in breakfast. So the marriage between the two words changes the pronunciation of the word break. So from break to break. So that's why that term is called break fast. So breakfast is the first meal of the day that we eat, the first meal, the first food of the day. And it's usually taken in the morning. It's usually taken in the morning. Now, you don't have a breakfast if there hasn't been a fasting period. Now, the question is, if breakfast is to be taken in the morning, where was the fast or where is the fast before the morning? I literally just woke up and about 2 hours after or 3 hours after, I'm having my breakfast. So I didn't fast. So why did I break fast? Now here is it. Everybody fasts every day. Everybody fasts every day. Whether or not you want to look at it from a religious point of view, but scientifically, everybody fasts every day. Everybody fasts every day. And this moment of fasting begins from when you sleep at night, from when you start sleeping at night, to or till the next morning. So you're sleeping at 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m. to around, let's say, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 9 a.m., whatever a.m. it is. So that's the period of fasting, because when you sleep, literally, you aren't eating, you don't sleep. I mean, you don't eat while you sleep. And I hope nobody will mention the people who eat, fried chicken in their dreams. I'm not talking about this kind of people, because dream is no reality. Yes, dream is no reality. Bodily, when you sleep, it's expected that you rest the body and mind. So you aren't eating all the time. So that moment where you abstain from food, where your body, where your mouth is without food, when you don't feed your body, when you don't feed your body with meal, it's said that you're fasting. So the fasting we're breaking in this sense is the fasting that started in the night hours or in the night period down to the morning hours when you wake up from bed. So the first food that you eat is said to be the meal to break your your night fasting. And remember that the fasting we're talking about in this case is the one that started or that begins at night and continues to the next morning. So when you wake up from sleep and you take some hours to rest and prepare your food, the meal you eat at that time in the morning is said to be what you use to break your night fasting. So that's actually the explanation behind break fast, right? Because remember, I did say that for you to have breakfast, it means that you must have fasted. And this fasting we're talking about is what counts while you're sleeping throughout the night. So that is that about that. Now, the word breakfast actually came into existence around the mid 15th century. Before this time, there was a term for breakfast, and that term is known as morgenmet. Morgenmet. Morgenmete. Morgenmet. And just like breakfast, the word morgenmet is also a compound word from two words. The first being morgen and the other part being meat. The word morgen is Anglo-Saxon, is an Old English word that means morning, while meat is another Anglo-Saxon word for meal, food. So when you bring the two together, we have morning foods. So breakfast, morgenmet, is a meal we eat in the morning after a period of night fasting. So that's actually how the word breakfast came about and the context around it. Breakfast is the food you eat to break your night fasting. Everybody fasts. Everybody, whether you want to look at this from a religious point of view or not, but scientifically, everybody fasts. And the food you eat, the first meal you eat in the morning after the night hours of fasting, is known as breakfast. So I hope this knowledge is useful to someone out there. If you're that person, remember to give this video a like, share it to people like you who might need it, and as well subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. See you next time. Peace out.